Very good morning students. In this video I have explained the concept related to variables. Okay, now in previous video we have seen the concept of C tokens. Now next point we are moving here, that is nothing but variables. So what is a variable? In C, a quantity which may vary during the program execution is called a variable. Second point, variable names are the names given to the memory location of a computer where the variable value is stored. A variable is a storage space for value. A variable is a name that is used to store data value and is allowed to vary the value during the execution of program. Okay, so what is the meaning of these statements? The computer is a machine. When we provide the information to the computer on a screen, that information is particularly going into a CPU, central processing unit, for the calculation, where some devices are available there, that information is saved. Then they are providing to hardware elements for the execution. After execution, again in that particular devices that information is stored, and finally it will shown in the form of output in our computer screen. Okay, so information is nothing but raw material. Raw material is nothing but values. Okay, so whatever we want to perform the calculation on a computer, we need to values. Without having the values, we cannot perform any task on a computer machine. So when we perform the operation on those values are need to store in a central processing unit for the execution. So storing space is available in which part of the CPU? That is called as a memory. Okay, so for storing the value, we need to allocate the label for that memory, because lots of informations are stored in that CPU. So which actual values are required for our program, which values we need to refer in our particular C programming language. So related that, the central processing unit can make a slot in a memory location, and as per the slotting, the values are particularly stored in a particular memory location. So we need to give the label of that memory location, that is nothing but variable. So variable means what? It is a storage space for value. Okay, so up until calculating the final result, we need to store those value, and after completion of the successful output, after that they will be released from memory when they were no longer needed, or at the last termination of the program. Understood? So variable is nothing but label. So I am again taken here the example of addition of two numbers. Okay, so for addition of two numbers, how many values are required? 2, and the two symbols. So for storing the values, we require two labels in memory space, and one more label is required for storing the result, because after calculating the execution on hardware elements, the final value is again stored into a memory, and memory can fetch the result into a computer screen. Okay, so variable is nothing but what? It is a label, or we can say it is a storage space for storing the values. So since a single variable can use to store the data value, and it is vary during the program execution, means what? We cannot perform the addition on every time the same numbers, right? We can take another numbers for addition of two numbers, right? Sometimes we can take 7, 10, 15, 16, anything. So single variable can store the multiple values during the program execution. So variable is able to hold different values during execution of a program. But whereas constant is restricted to just one value, one value. Okay, so what is a constant? We have seen the concept of constant in a C token. Constant means fixed value. I am taken example maths example related to constant C token. So okay, so pi value is a fixed. We cannot change the pi value throughout the program. So such type of the values are fixed throughout the program. So such values are called as a constant value, because pi value is a fixed, that is 3.14, and we cannot change those values. So that's why such values are called as a constant value. So variable name can be chosen by whom? The variable name can be chosen by programmer. Programmer means what? The programmer means the user who is able to write the programming languages. So such user is called as a programmer. Okay, you also programmer, me also programmer, because you also able to, after some time you are also able to write the C language. I am also able to write the C language. So the person is able to writing the program, such persons are called as a programmer in a meaningful way, so it is reflect to its nature in the program. So variable name must be given into the meaningful way, because every person is having also unique meaningful name. So same here for variable also in programming language, we need to give the meaningful name. That's why they reflect the naturally in the program for the execution of result. So how many length is vary? The length of C variable up to 8 characters, and some translators permits even a higher length is 32. Only some translator is available 32, but minimum up to 8 characters are valid for creating the name of variable. That type is defined in the declaration of variable. Variables must be declared before they are used. So variable must be declared before they are used in the program. Okay, now we have seen in this slide what are the rules we need to follow for creating the name of variable. So variable names may consist of letter, digit and underscore symbol only. It must be begin with a letter or underscore followed by any number of letter, digit or underscore. So creating the variable, we can use capital A to Z or small a to Z characters, 0 to 9 digit, and only one symbol, that is called as a underscore. But must be start the variable name with only letter or underscore symbol, and that can be followed by digit or letters, but we cannot start the variable name as a digit. Then third important rule, uppercase is different from lowercase, means both are distinct, both are not having the same. Suppose if you have created the variable name, like I am taken here example total, total and total. In first all the characters are small, in second first is capital, remaining are small, and in third all are uppercase. So these three names are totally taken as a different variables in a programming language. The meaning of these are having the same, but in programming language if they are declared as a variable, then they are considered as a different. So the variable name should not be a keyword. So keyword is what? C tokens. What is a keyword concept? We have already seen that concept in previous video. Keywords means what? Reserved words. They are having the special meaning and they are used for the special purpose in a program. So that's why we cannot use the variable as a keyword. Means keywords cannot be referred as a variable name. The next, blank spaces are not allowed. We cannot give the blank space after given some characters. The length should be normally up to 8. This is a common. Then variable names are case sensitive, means it is a uppercase and lowercase are distinct, and the variables are defined at the beginning of the block, means before going to assign a values to variables, variables are declared in early in the program, that is called as the beginning of the block. So variables. So take here simple example. If we write the equation mathematically like 2x plus 3y is equal to 10. So since x and y can change, they are variables, whereas 2, 3 and 10 cannot change. So hence they are as a constant. So the total equation is known as an expression. So this statement 2x plus 3y is equal to 10, we can say it is an equation in mathematical language, but in programming language this statement is called as an expression. 2x plus 3y is equal to 10 is called as a mathematical form. We can say it is a equation, but in programming language it is called as a expression. So here x and y is nothing but what? Variable, and 2, 3 and 10 is can't change, so that's why it is called as a constant. So what are the valid variables name? So these are some examples that is called as a variable names. Alpha, X, F year, underscore 1999, matrix, income. So in such a way we can create the unique variable names that's they are implemented naturally in the program. So understood, variable means what? Variable means it is a name for storage space, or we can say we can give a label to memory location for storing the value. And where we declare the variable? We can declare the variable beginning of the program. And what is the rule? We can use only letter, digit, and that is called a special symbol underscore, and it must be start with letter or underscore. Understood? Now that we are moving the next concept, that is called as a data types. So what is meaning of data types? So a C language programmer has to tell the system beforehand the type of numbers or characters he is using in the program. These are data types. Data types means what? Which type of values we need to use in our program. So such type is called as data type. Means what? What is the meaning of this statement? Lots of informations are available in front of us in form of characters, in form of digits, in form of symbols. But which type of those information we need to use on our program? Sometimes we need to use in our program only digits. Sometimes we need to use only in our program character. Sometimes we need to use only the combination of character and symbols. So which type of data we require in our program? So that type is defined before going to use in our program. That is called as a data type. Understood? Data type means what? Basic definition. Which type of data we need to use in our program. Such concept is called as a data type. Data is nothing but value or raw material, or we can say information. And lots of the information is available in the combination of character, digit, and special symbol. So at the time of solving the problem in our program, we need to analyze first which type of data we require to use in our program. And once we analyze the data, then we can declare the types of that data before going to use that data in our program. So that's why data type is nothing but what? It tells the system which type of the values we need to refer in his program. So there are many data types in C language. A C programmer has to use appropriate data type as per his requirement. So what is next point? Data type is instructions to the compiler telling about what type of value will be stored in a memory location, and also to specify the amount of memory required for the location. So this is the basic concept related to data type. Means it is give the compiler which type of value is required for the calculating result. That value is stored in memory location, and how many memory space is required for storing that value. Okay. So for performing the addition of two number example, can we possible to take two characters for performing the addition? No. If we take the characters, then what happen? Our result will be wrong. So performing the addition of two numbers, what we require? We require only two numbers, right? Means we require what? Digit. So such type of value we need to specify before going to use in our program. That is called as a data types. And it is tell the compiler that value need to be stored in memory location according to the specific amount of memory space. So data type is the instruction to the compiler telling about what type of value will be stored in memory location, and also to specify the amount of memory required for location. So C language is basically provide, or C language data types can be broadly classified as primary data types, second is derived data types, and third is user defined data types. But here we can see the basic primary data types we require for writing a simple C programming language. We have learned here primary data types and derived data types. So here I am just explain primary data types, and derived data types we will see later in the next units. Those are unit number 3, 4 and 5. So just here I am explaining the primary data types. Those are called as a basic data types. So primary data types. In the first primary data types is nothing but what? Integer data type. So this is the first basic data type in C programming language. Integer is nothing but whole number which is represent without having the decimal point. Okay. Integer means what? It is represent the digits those digits with those are having without decimal number. So integer are whole numbers with a machine dependent range of values. Generally integers occupy one word of storage, and since word size of machines vary, typically 16 or 32 bits, the size of an integer can be stored depends on the computer. So size is depends on the computer, but basic size is allocated for integer is nothing but 16 bits. Right? The values are represented in a bits and bytes. 8 bits is nothing but 1 byte. 8 bits is nothing but 1 bytes. So C has 3 different classes of integer storage, namely short integer, integer and long integer. We have used the short prefixes along with the primary data types. Those short prefixes are basically used for indication of how many particular range of values we need to store for the calculation of result. Okay. So along with this integer data type, we can use the 4 shorthand prefixes, that is nothing but short, long, signed and unsigned. So all of these data types have signed and unsigned forms. Signed numbers is represents positive and negative, and it is require 1 bit used for sign and rest of the bits for the number. But unsigned are always positive and it consume all the bits for the number. Okay, so short prefixes are basically used for to indicate the number value range is small or long. If we want to store only short values, then we can use short integer, or if we want to store more values, then we can use long integer. And signed and unsigned short prefixes are used along with the basic data type. Those are represent the number is positive or negative. So signed can represent both positive and negative, and unsigned is represent only positive numbers. But the basic data type of integer is what? Only int. It will represent by 4 prefixes. So short integer represents only small integer value and requires half the space of the normal integer value, and long and unsigned long integer are used to declare a longer range of values. So this is the basic primary table of the first primary data type, that is integer. By default it is a signed integer. It is basically required 2 bytes, that is nothing but 1 byte is nothing but 8 bits. So 2 byte means what? How many? 16 bits, and its range is -32768 to 32767. We can also use the prefix unsigned integer. It is also required 2 bytes. Sorry. And that is nothing but 16 bits, and its range 0 to 65535. Then short integer or signed short integer, it is required only 1, because short is basically used to store the small integer value. That's why it is required only 8 bits, and its range is -128 to 127. Unsigned short integer, it is also required 1 byte. It is required 8 bits and its range is 0 to 255. Long integer or signed long integer require 4 bytes, that is 32 bits. Since range is, this is the range 214748364847, and unsigned long integer sorry, it's a 4 bytes. It again nothing but 32 bits, and its range is 0 to 4294967295. So this is the basic tables for the first category of the primary data types of C language, that is nothing but integer. So we can use this integer data type by using reserved words, that is int, integer. These prefixes are optionally, it is not mandatory. If we want to use, then we can use only, but prefixes are not compulsory. What are the prefixes? Short, long, signed and unsigned. Signed and unsigned can represent the positive or negative, and long and short can represent the smaller number and longer number. But these prefixes are a optional part. It is not mandatory to give every time the prefixes, but the basic, what is the data type for integer, we need to use what keyword is reserved for that? int, and it is required how many bits? 2 bytes, sorry, 2 bits, that is nothing but 16 bits, and range of integer is what? -32768 to 32767. So this is the basic type of integer. Now next primary data type is character. Okay, So for storing the characters, we have seen integer for numbers, but rather than numbers, sometime we need to use the values of characters for performing the result. So at that time we need to define the type of value as a character. So for that reason, the C programming language can provide the character data type. Sorry. So a single character can be defined as character, char data type. Characters are usually stored in 8 bits, 1 byte of internal storage. Characters can be represented by using which keyword? Char data type, and it is required only 1 byte, that is 8 bits. Okay. The qualifier signed or unsigned may be explicitly applied to char. With the character also we can use the prefixes like signed and unsigned, but they are also here optionally, means explicitly it is not mandatory to use. Unsigned characters have values range is more, that is 0 to 255, and signed characters values from -128 to 127. Okay, so both are required only 1 byte, that is nothing but 8 bits for storing a character. And character data type is basically used to store only a single character, not the sequence of character. This is one more important point related to character data type. It is used only to store the single character, not the sequence of characters. We can store only A, we can store only P, we can store only R, we can store only T, we can store only S, but we cannot store S, T, I combinedly by using this char data type. Understood? And it is required how many space? 8 bits, that is nothing but 1 byte. Then third primary data type is important, that is nothing but floating point types. Okay, so integer is only storing the whole numbers, those are having the decimal point, but sometimes digit is also representing decimal number, fractional part. So storing such type of value, C programming languages give one more another type of data, that is called as a floating point. Floating point can represent the number with precisions, that is called as a fractional parts. So floating point numbers are stored in 32 bits with 6 digits of the precisions. So floating point numbers are defined in C by using the keyword what? Float. So floating point numbers are represented by using which keyword? Float. Integer data type is represented by using which keyword? Integer is int keyword. Int keyword is used for declaring which data type? Integer type. It is primarily required 2 bytes. Then character, we can use which keyword? Char. It is required only 1 byte, that is 8 bits. And float, for using float, we use the keyword float for represent the decimal numbers. So when the accuracy provided by the float number is not sufficient, we can use one more prefix along with the float is double. So double is also used to define the numbers. This is also called long float. A double data type number uses 64 bits, give a precision of 14 digits. Means floating data type. Along with the float, we can use one more precision, that is nothing but double. Double is also one of the data type in a C language, but the double and float are having the working or task is same. Float and double is basically used to store the precision numbers, that is fractional part numbers, but double is having the longer range rather than float, because float is having only 32 bits and we can use after decimal point 6 digit only, but the double can use after decimal point 14 digit number and it is required 64 bits. It is having the double range for storing the number. So these are known as double precision numbers. The double represents the same data type that float are represents, but with a greater precision. Means float and double, those are having the same, both are represent the decimal numbers, but double is having the longer range rather than float. So this is the basic data table related to float data type. So float is required only 4 bytes, that is 32 bits. Its range is 3.4e minus 32 to 3.4e 38. And double is also having the same role of float, but double can store the more values rather than float. Its storage capacity is double rather than float, that is it require 8 bytes, that is 64 bits, and it is use 14 digit after the decimal point, but float is only use the 6 digit after the decimal point. And we can use prefix with the double, that is long. It is having more storage space rather than double. It is having 10 bytes, that is 80 bits, and its range is having more than float and double. So float, double and long double, these three types are related to floating data types. So we can use the keyword for declaring the decimal numbers in C language by using float, double and long double. Understood? The next fourth data type is a void. Okay. So void is one of the special data type in a C because it indicates that any data type that has no data type does not describe the data items. The size of void data type is 0 byte. Means void cannot take any value. It is just only written that the task is successfully completion. So it does not return any value. So size of the data type is 0 bytes. And the next data type category, derived data types. So here we have just seen the primary data types. Those are nothing but integer, float, character, double and void data type. Void is nothing indicates. Void does not represent any data value. So that's why it will return 0 bytes. It does not have any memory allocation or memory space for storing the value. So that's why it is called as a special data type. Void is a data type which is basically used in a C programming language along with the main function, because in a C main does not return any value. So another category of the data type is derived data types. So derived data types are nothing but secondary data types that include array, structure, union and pointers, and we will see those concepts in our later units of the syllabus, that is unit number 3, 4 and 5. So we have seen that what is the derived data types in those units. So here just we have consider only the primary data types, integer, float, character and double and void. Okay, understood? Then shall I move the next point? So how we declare the variables and data type, that is called as a type declaration instructions. Okay, so along with the combination of variable and data type, which syntax rule is basically followed in C language for declaring those? So there are some following the type declaration instructions. So variable can be used to store a value of any data type. This instruction is used to declare the type of variables being used in the program, because variable can hold the value. So which type of value we need to store in variable, that will be indicated by using what? Data type. So that's why the data type and variable both are need to be defined before going to use in our program in the beginning of the program, after immediately below the main. So both are having defined along with the combination, that is nothing but syntax, data type, variable 1, variable 2 up to variable n. Because variable can be stored a value of any data type. So we need to give the label for values, and for taken the values we need to define the type for that value. So before going to give the label, first we need to define the type of value and then we need to assign the label of value. So combination of type and label we need to define in a single statement, that is called as a type declaration statement. So what is the syntax for that? This is the primary syntax for defining the type declaration along with the variable. So data type, whatever we learn the primary data type we need to use here, and then we can apply the variable names, variable 1, variable 2, variable n. So variable 1, variable 2, variable n are the name of variables. Variables are separated by commas and declaration statement must be end with the semicolon. So every statement must be end with the semicolon in C programming language. We can separate the variables by using which operator? Commas. So let us take the example. Suppose I want to store whole numbers, then I can declare the label count, and which value we need to store in that count? It is only number. So I can declare here integer type, because count can store total. Suppose I want to take the total strength of class. So total strength is nothing but what? Count. So I want to store the number So for declaring the number, which type of value is required? Integer. So that's why I am given here the type integer and the name of the variable. Okay. Suppose take the second example, integer num total. Okay. So here what I am doing, here I am just give integer only once and two variables are declared. Those are having the same type, that is num and total. Means if more than one label is having the same data, then we can give only the one type for that. Means suppose I want the roll number and total marks of that roll number. So both variable required what? Numbers only. It does not require characters, right? I want roll number of student and the total marks of that student. So both variable are required what? Only numbers. So that's why here I am use only one type, that is integer, and separated two variables by using the comma, that is num and total. Suppose I want to define the gender. Okay. Most of the basic information we require the gender, female or male. So at that time what is required? Number is required? No. I want single character, either F or M. So at that time which type of value is required? Means which type is needed for primary data type? Char, rather than integer or float. So here I can taken the char and then specify the label gender. So this gender can take the character, single character, not the numbers. Then next example, double ratio. Suppose I want to calculate the ratio and that is stored the fractional numbers, then I am declare that variable using type double. Suppose I want to calculate area or radius, then radius is also having floating point numbers. So that variable is declared as a float rather than integer. Understood how to type declare by using the combination of data type and variable? So let us take some type declaration instructions. So we need to follow some instructions for declaring the data type with variables. So several subtle variations of the type declaration instructions are: while declaring the type of variable, we can also initialize the value. Means after declaration what we need to do? We need to provide the values, right? So how we provide the values? Suppose the both variables are having the same data type, then we can separate the comma. So integer I is equal to 10, comma j is equal to 35, because I and j can store the numbers only. So we can just separate those variables which are having the same data type using the comma operator. Then next, float a is equal to 1.5, comma b is equal to 1.99 plus 2.4 into 1.44. So this is also valid because at the time of declaration we can create the expression, but it is not a good practice. At the time of variable declaration we can write the expressions. Just at the time of declaration we can declare the label and assign the value. The order in which we define the variables is sometimes important, sometimes not. Okay. So integer I is equal to 10, comma j is equal to 35 is same as integer j is equal to 35, comma I is equal to 10. But float a is equal to 1.5, comma b is equal to a plus 3.1 is not same as float b is equal to a plus 3.1, comma a is equal to, because here we cannot initialize a first. Just give the a in the expression and then allocate the value. So this is not happening. It will give the syntax error. So that's why every time it is not important to declare the variables in the same manner. So before going to create the expressions at the time of declaration, first we need to assign the values only, and if more than one variable is having the same type, then we can just separate them by using the comma. But more than one variable is having the separate data type, then we need to declare in a separate lines, not in the same line. Then next, another rules, the following statements would be work. Suppose I want to create 4 variables are having integer data type. I am separated those by using comma, and both are assigning the same value, that is a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to 10. But the following statement is not having the same. At the time of declaration, I will assign the value, it will be take the syntax error. So that is integer a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to d is equal to 10. It will be not syntactically correct. So this first is syntactically correct, but second is not syntactically correct. So sometime if more than one variable we need to assign the same value, then first we need to declare the variables and then we need to initialize the values for that. Sorry. Now next point, declaring variable as constant. So the value of certain variables might remain constant during the execution of program, which can be achieved with the qualifier const at the time of initialization, right? So we know the concept of constant. Constant means what? Fixed value. It's not changed during the execution of program, and along with any variable name, if we use the const keyword, then that variable is considered as a constant variable. So let us see the example. Const integer class size is equal to 60. So class size is always taken as a 60 throughout the program, because class size is a label that is having the type integer, but it is declared by using const keyword. So const can tell the compiler that the value of variable class size must not be modified by the program. Means during the execution of program, class size will be not changed. Means at the time of execution, suppose I am give the class size is equal to 80, then it will be not changed because this variable is declared as a const keyword. So that's why once we declare variable as a const, it cannot be changed its value during the execution. But if we not specify const, then variable value can be changed or varied during the execution of program. Now next, formatted codes. Okay. So C basically use the formatted codes. Those are basically refer to represent the data types, and it is basically used when at the time of runtime execution, if we accept the input from the user, at that time we need to use those format codes in our program. Okay. So for representing the data types, we need to use format codes or coding characters in our program. And why it is needed to be used? When we use to take the input value at runtime rather than compile time. So what is the meaning of compile time and runtime? We will see at the time of execution of the program. But just understood here, if we accept the input value from the user at runtime, at that time we need to specify the coding characters for the data type. So related that, some format codes are identified in a C language for accepting the formatted input from the user and display the output in a particular formatted output as per the data type we have given in our program. Okay. So format codes are coding characters used to represent the data types. They are needed must to print the output in a formatted manner. It is also called control string or format specifier or format string. Formally it is called as a format specifier, and it is used in a input and output functions. So how they are used in input and output functions, we will seeing in a later our videos, because that concept is also included in our unit number 2. So just remember here, formal format code means what? It is a control of characters which is required to take formatted input from runtime and display the output in a particular format, and the format code is also called as a format specifier. And those format specifier are used in which function? Input and output function, for taken the formatted input from the user at runtime and to display the formatted output at runtime. Okay. So which format codes are available to represent particular data type in C language? So for representing the single character, we need to use %C format specifier for character data type, %D for integer data type, %I for decimal, hexadecimal or octal integer. Suppose we will need to represent the decimal number or hexadecimal number or octal integer, we need to represent %I. Then short integer, %H, floating point value. %f rather than E or G. Some translator use E and G but commonly use %f to represent floating point value. For long integer use LD and unsigned long integer LU. L is long and U is unsigned. And long integer LD, octal integer O. For string %s. String is nothing but sequence of characters. What is string? We will see in a unit number 3. Because collection of characters we need to represent by using one more new concept that is called as a string. So we can represent string by using % format codes. Then unsigned decimal integer we can represent using %u and unsigned hexadecimal integer represented by using %x. But just we need to remember only 4 format codes or format specifiers to representing data in C language. The basic those are nothing but %c, %d, %f and %s. %c for char data type primary, %d for primary data type integer, %f for primary data type float and double, and %s for the string. Okay, understood now these concepts? Thank you. Now we will see operator concept in a next video. Thank you.